I'm coming to you today live from Mammoth Studios in sunny and hot Boca Raton, Florida. I'm coming to you live, uncut, uncensored, unedited, unfiltered, and I'm under arrest. I have so much to say, I'm never going to fit all this in, so we might have to do this in parts, people, and I'm sorry to say I'm feeling a little goofy. I just had a giant caramel frappuccino, a little cinnamon swirl cake, and I'm just feeling, zetsed up. I just want to say, I get up this morning, I feel good. We've been talking about me. What a surprise. I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. And we've been talking about God and my feelings. We've revealed that Ross Mandel does believe in God, in sort of a traditional God figure. I'm an extremely spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. I've heard it said, religion is for people that are afraid of dying and going to hell. Spirituality is for people that have already been to hell. You get it? Been there, done that. I'm an extremely spiritual man. God is a big part of my life, and I've shared it with you. Now, several weeks ago, in one of my earlier podcasts, I approached on Facebook, my little friends and family on Facebook, and said, I'm going to be webcasting. What are you guys interested in? What would you like to hear Ross Mandel speak about? My opinions, my thoughts, my jokes, my stupidity. What is it that would be interesting to you? Send me 10 things. And like 30 people responded in like 6 minutes. And one of the big things that we got was people wanted to hear about celebrities. By the way, nobody mentioned God. Nobody said anything about spirituality. It's what I've been talking about, so you understand how I value your input. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. I'm feeling a little randy. I wake up this morning, and I'm staring at the New York Post, the front page of the New York Post, the cover. And I'm thinking about what I just did about a month ago. I talked about 2 celebrities. We talked about Lindsay Lohan. And we talked about Charlie Sheen. And I said, Charlie, you're the man. He had just, beat up his second wife, drunk, got arrested, was in Colorado, awaiting trial. He's out on bail. He's going to be a good boy now. He's sober. It was a misunderstanding. It was a little slip. And he gets a raise from CBS television. By the way, I love CBS. I'm a big fan. He's getting $1.8 million a show. So you guys know how it works. I'm going to tie it in later. His agent gets 10% of that money. 10% of that dough. 1.8 million, 10%. The agent gets $180,000 a show. Stay with me. All right, front page, New York Post. Wednesday, Charlie Sheen, Plaza Hotel, with a hooker, an escort, a prostitute. Nothing wrong with it. A working girl. Everybody needs to make a living. Not the problem. Police come to the Plaza Hotel. They find the room is wrecked. The room is wrecked. Across the hall is Charlie's ex-wife, Denise Richards, and their kids, and their nanny. They're sleeping. This is the middle of the night, like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Seems that Charlie was out with a couple of women, some escorts, earlier in the evening, drinking. He's not supposed to be drinking. Charlie doesn't do alcohol well. We'll get to that. Police get a call, 911. They rush to the plaza. The room is destroyed. $7,000 in damage to the hotel room. Can you imagine what you got to do in a hotel room to create $7,000 worth of damage? I mean, you got to literally be a hurricane. It's crazy. The cops come in, he's naked. He's discombobulated. You know, he's blabbering. Bailey's, muttering, slurring his words. He couldn't even get dressed. The police that were interviewed said they had to put his shirt on and help him with his pants. The hooker, for lack of a nicer word, this is show business, baby, so we got to make some points here. She's in the bathroom, locked herself in, because he's throwing chairs at her. It seems that Charlie misplaced his keys and his cell phone, BlackBerry, and he accused the girl of stealing it. Naturally led to chair throwing, violence, name calling. They're naked, they're destroying the hotel. He's slurring, he's stuttering, he's mumbling. He can't even fasten his clothes, okay? That's the police report. Today, his loving, caring, kind agent comes out and holds a press conference and says, thank God we don't have to worry about Charlie. It's all good. You see, Charlie had an allergic reaction. He took some medicine and he had an allergic reaction. The last time I did an ounce of Coke and drank 2 bottles of champagne and a liter of vodka, I had the same reaction. Except I never destroyed anything for $7,000. That's just not the kind of guy I was. Can you imagine what's going on there? Now, it sounds funny. The agent, for his 180 grand a show, is going to do everything he can to protect Charlie and his image. But it's like stupid. It's stupid. He had his first girl, his first wife. He beat her when he was under the influence, okay? Pled guilty, okay? Admitted. Got help, got sober. Recovered, did nice. Met Denise Richards. They got married. They had kids. He started drinking again. He started taking drugs again. Hookers, what are you going to do? Violence. Beating her, threatening her. She's scared of him, restraining orders. Boom. Battery. Separation. Divorce. Public stuff. What does Charlie do? He gets sober again. Okay? Doing well. Guy's doing well. You got to give him all the credit in the world. He's the man, right? Comes up. He's reborn for today. Finds wife number 3. Has a baby. Next thing you know, they're drinking. She's smoking crack. You know. It's always a nice thing to having a wife. A little bit of a crack habit. It's a sexy thing, I guess. Next thing you know, he's beating her up. There's violence. There's police. I mean, now there's separation. Now there's divorce. Now he's beating up hookers in the Plaza Hotel. I mean, does anybody see like a pattern? I mean, am I the only guy that sees sort of a common thread going through this story? The guy can't drink safely. He certainly can't use drugs. You got to stop protecting him. It's enough already. Is there anybody out there that gives a shit about this guy? Martin Sheen, a loving father. You got to do something because, there's only 3 possible outcomes for Charlie Sheen. Jails, institutions. He's been there, done that. And death. That's it. That's what the book says, and those are the facts, all right? Jails, institutions, and death. That's where he's headed, all right? He's already got the first 2 done, right? It's like going to the buffet. Been there. He's at the death tray now, all right? What are you people going to do about it? Charlie Sheen, I beg you. I know you are incapable of helping yourself. Incapable. Your agent doesn't give a shit about you. Your manager doesn't give a shit about you. I hate to say it, the network. They want to earn off you. You're good business, but dude, you're going to be dead, okay? You're going to be a Hollywood story, okay? Is that what you want? The tragic life of Charlie Sheen? Heath Ledger? I mean, you're talking about a litany a litany of people, famous people, well-off, successful people that have been enabled. This agent ought to get on TV and say, if Charlie doesn't go away, then we're going to take it all away from him. He is incapable of functioning in this world without being a sober person. I don't understand. I thought he was on bail. I thought he was on bail still. Maybe it's probation, but I promise you, a condition of probation. You know, you're violating probation when you're drinking, snorting coke, and beating women up in the Plaza Hotel. I mean, you would assume. So I said this 4 weeks ago. I said this is a disease. This is not a joke. I mean, it's funny, you know, we're having a little fun at his expense, but this is serious stuff. If, you know, we read today in the paper, Charlie had cancer, everybody, you know, we know what we got to do. Well, he's beating people, and he's on cocaine, he's on alcohol. I mean, people, somebody's got to say something, do something. You know, reach out to me, Charlie. On my dime, I'll come see you. And I'll help you get sober, and I'll help you stay sober. Okay? That's an invitation. Okay? I don't know who represents you. William Morris, UTA, I don't know. But we're going to take a look. We're going to find out, and we're going to send this video. You must attempt to get truly sober. My name is Ross Mandel. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm an addict. And I cannot use safely. I cannot use safely. I'm celebrating 20 years of sobriety this month, and it saved my life. It saved my ass. It's given me everything positive in my life. Now everybody knows I'm in a dire situation. I'm under arrest. I'm in the process, the trial process. I've been accused of crimes that I did not commit, and I will be victorious because I'm a sober man, and that's why I have a life, and I can broadcast to you. I have no fear. I have no shame. If I was a guilty person, I'd probably be cowering under some lawyer's desk, okay? Or I'd be in the Plaza Hotel getting loaded, making a fool of myself and my life and my family. It's just no way to live. It's no way to be. And I truly, I'm overwhelmed by the fact that 4 weeks ago, I predicted this on a webcast. It's on my YouTube page, Ross H. Mandel, youtube.com. Go to my website, rossmandel.com. Click on YouTube. It'll take you to my page, my channel, I think they call it. And look around and you'll see. I called Lindsay Lohan. You know, 2 days later, she was under arrest. You know, she failed 2 drug tests. Fortunately for her now, she's in a safe place, locked up, can't get high, and hopefully they're force-feeding, you know, some of the principles of sobriety. You know, you never know until you walk out of the joint like that. I mean, you know, my favorite sign in any healing room or recovery place is the exit sign. Because whatever goes on in that room, whatever magic I'm allowed to grab, I gotta hit that exit sign. Then I'm in the world with the rest of you people, okay? And it's not always a nice place. It's certainly not a sober, clean place. Not always an honest place. But, you know, hopefully I have enough tools and enough self-awareness to know what I can and cannot do. And I have a support group. And I have a God of my understanding that keeps me sober. You know, Charlie, you're a godless man right now. Dude, you're beating up women. What the fuck is that? How the fuck is your agent, your manager, your father allowing this shit to happen to you? Okay? Somebody out there has got to grab you by the neck and help you. Okay? There is a solution, and it is a wonderful solution. So if there's anybody listening, rossmandel.com. My personal email is ross@rossmandel.com. I'm on Facebook. That's Ross Mandel. Yes, double S, double L. I do want to say that my heart goes out to you and to your children, and even to Denise Richards, who, you know, a lot of people have made this claim against you in the past, and, you know, the power of the media has been overwhelming on his side. He's got, you know, fans and a show and a network. You know, Charlie, get your shit together, dude. Okay, man up. Let's get you well. I thank you very much for your time today. It is a privilege to be here and to speak to you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.